Hello, I'm Maura Carley, founder and president of Healthcare Navigation, and I'm continuing on with our series of more edgy videos rather than just not mere educational videos, but important educational videos. But there's a purpose for the education. And so I wanted to talk about one other example. And it's such an egregious example of how someone can be treated so unjustly, in this case by both the hospital provider and the insurance company. So, the situation was a gentleman who was admitted via ambulance for a psychiatric emergency, a very significant psychiatric emergency, to a non-network hospital. Now, he had no immediate family except for his mother, who was very dutiful in checking his mail at home to verify that United had sent several letters indicating that they would cover this stay. And it's interesting to mention the situation because what probably should have happened is that once he was stabilized, even though he was in the non-network facility, it was a legitimate emergency. That was never in dispute. But once he was stabilized, he probably should have been informed that he was admitted to an out-of-network hospital and transfer discussed with him. Transfer to an in-network hospital discussed with him, or at least his options discussed with him. What we learned over the weeks we dealt with this, which was all after the fact, is that clearly the hospital and the insurer were trying to work toward a single case agreement, which is, making an exception. And somewhere along the line, it fell apart. I mean, we know this because we got a voicemail from the hospital, a remarkable voicemail, really, acknowledging that nothing had ever been discussed along these lines with the patient because they were working toward a single case agreement. And when that fell apart, however, they billed the client a six-figure amount. I should say a low six-figure amount, but a six-figure amount. Anyway, long story short, he ended up paying what he should have paid, which was $500. But it just illustrates why you need to understand your coverage and understand your network. And hopefully, of course, you have someone helping you when you're ill or in the kind of impaired state this gentleman was. Because that is another problem, too, that we're often not at our best when we're interacting with our healthcare system. But anyway, again, the purpose of these videos is not to make anyone in particular look like they're a bad actor, but there are a lot of bad practices going on. I mean, this hospital is in a major city and a Catholic hospital with a mission statement that I'm sure is extremely lofty, and this was a cruel thing to do to a man who had gone through what he went through. So I won't mention the name of the hospital, and fortunately, in the end, United Healthcare protected this fellow and got actively involved. But we have a lot of situations in healthcare where the organizations that should be looking out for us are not. So please join with me in making sure you're looking out for yourself and your family, and then let's work toward holding the system accountable for better performance on these administrative issues. Thank you for listening. I hope to see you soon. Bye-bye.